I thought the show was a great summary of our grandmother. Cindy becomes Grandma Nancy. And as somebody who grew up coming to the inn and hearing the history, the stories, the evolution from Greenwich up into Etna, it actually not only taught me a lot, it made me understand a little bit more about our family. And I think there's just some of these things that we're going to continue to take and pass on to the next generation.
She just, as we said, became Big Nance. It was a life study that she did, and she nailed it.
I was sort of bowled over how wonderful that idea was to have this really bold woman. I mean, Cindy's bold, but Grandma was larger than life, but she didn't really even know it.
It was tears and a lot of laughter. But, it was very true, having lived through it and witnessed it. It was a great event.
It was pretty emotional because I knew there were my older siblings who had experienced the loss of Angus, and then my nieces and nephews who didn't know a lot of stories about our mom. And part of what motivated this is I want to pass on to my kids, and our nieces and nephews what our mom was like.
Well, I just think it's like what Cindy achieved and is achieving on an ongoing basis is, things to remember, like just keeping memories alive, but also shedding light on things people want to forget, and bringing up uncomfortable things, and then having people that maybe didn't talk about them. So I think it's very healing.
Yep. Yeah, no, I would agree with that. And obviously, we don't talk a lot about Angus. It's not like we avoided the topic, but it wasn't something we talked about a lot. And this sort of helps in the healing process, I'd say. Even though it's been, I don't know how many years, 60 something.
And it was ups and downs, the funny, the sad. She got everything. And I don't think you need to be a family member to get all that at all.
I think as Cindy said in the show, I was the young lad at age, I think 11 or 12, who found my brother when he had passed away on my parents' bed, and it was shocking. You go into sort of an emergency situation, what to do. We called the police. We had a babysitter there, a woman is 16, and we sort of took charge, and her dad came over. But that was will always be with me. And to see my mom when she came home, it was just, scary to see her so upset, and she took so much, as my sister did in the show, so much of it upon herself. And I think her reflection in the sort of post-life was the most heavy on that. It really showed that she had the absolute emotion. She cried like my mom cried, which is pretty remarkable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think you carried it with you. And when we had children, he reacted in ways I never expected him to. And I know after we talked about that it went back to Angus.
And, I just thought it was such an intimate setting, even though, but then added the family piece and Grandma's home. And also that Cindy just played Grandma so well that you really felt like it came alive.
It was a great experience, and I think for any audience, whether you're in the family, know the family, or don't, you'll get something out of the show.
To hear how it resonates with so many people, all different kinds of people, is the best. They didn't think like what they were doing was earth-shattering or newsworthy or anything. They were raising their family, and their family was really important to them. And who knew that was as special as it really is in today's day and age? So we're so fortunate.